Hello, welcome back my boyos, girlos, and theos. Did you guys miss me while I was away, while I was freaking sick? I bet you did. But today I'm back and I got a brand new video for you. Because today we're going to be looking at something a little bit different today. A webtoon instead of a comic, because they both have merit. A couple weeks ago, my friends just decided that they wanted to inflict me with this insane work of art that is Scoob and Shag. So now I'm going to make it your problem. So, sorry about that. Without any further ado, let me introduce you to this unholy conglomerate of childhood nostalgia and absolute brain rot that is Scoob and Shag. So issue 1 of Scoob and Shag really sets the stage for the story to come, okay? It opens with Shag saying, "Sinky Scoob, where are we gonna get all the mayo for all these sandwiches?" To which Scoob simply replies with vomiting up a typhoon of mayos. And then it's over. Yeah, that's it. And for the first 15 issues or so, that's kind of the same formula. I'm not going to cover every single moment of what I call Scoob and Shag's Brainrot Era, but I definitely think you should check it out, because just to be quite frank, it's hilarious. But I'll just cover some of the highlights and more of the essential moments. Most of these follow a similar formula. Shag says anything that starts with a Z that's anything but zoinks. Some of my personal favorites is Zapdos and Zabumafu. You guys remember Zabumafu? I fucked with this lemur for real. He presents a conflict, and then Scoob ends it by being a complete and utter sociopath. And I just want to highlight a couple of issues from this section of the story. Issue 8 has Shag asking Scoob to check out the spooky closet. He turns to see Scoob hiding in the mystery machine, flipping him the bird. Issue 12 has Shag asking Scoob if he's ready to catch the monster. To which Scoob says, "Yeah," while flashing a pistol. Shag sheepishly asks if Scoob is, in fact, wielding a gun. To which Scoob replies, "No." Now, you may be wondering, are these important to the overall narrative? Yes, they are! Certain elements of everything that I've just spoken about will matter later on in the story. A few issues later, Scoob and Shag end up running from the cops. They crash the mystery machine and wander through the forest, lost. After a few hours of wandering, they come across, oh my god, is that Kermit the Frog? This is it, folks. This is where the story really kicks in. Kermit asks them if they're lost, and Scoob points a gun at him. Kermit's like, Was that a gun? No. At any rate, the arrival of Kerm really kicks off the second era of Scoob and Shag, which is what I like to call the survival horror era. Kerm leads Scoob and Shag to this Resident Evil looking at secondary location. He asks if they're cops, to which they both say no. To which Kerm says, "Aw, dope," and pulls out some reefer. Look guys, I never said that their brain rot was gonna stop, okay? We've just entered a new era. Scoob, Shag, and Kerm explore this spooky mansion, where Kerm has a tiny reefer-induced panic attack as they're being stalked by a shadowy mass. After this, we get to one of the all-time bangers of this series, the kitchen. The gang enters a new room and Shag says, "Like Zap Brannigan, Scoob, we found the kitchen." Kermit opens the cabinet and is like, "Oh, tight bugles!" And Scoob opens a drawer with a skull in it. Shag says, "Holy shit, Scoob, is that a skull?" And then the whole party observes a dark omen. And Kerm has bugles stuck to his fingies. So obviously I highlighted this issue because it really showcases the blend of horror and just lowbrow shenanigans that this series is known for. Obviously, they really didn't include this because for years my friends have been saying, "Oh, tight bugles!" The gang encounters a monster and Kermit and Shag make a break for it. Scoob simply replies by doing what he does best, pulling out the blicky. Scoob proceeds to shoot the mysterious figure, who turns out to be Super Mario. Mario's like, "Ah, you shot me, you fucking Goomba! Oh, there's spaghetti sauce everywhere!" Oh god, bro, I can't with this series, dog. Okay, we're just gonna gloss over Mario. Some more spooky shenanigans ensue, and Shag gets separated from the others. We are now on issue 25, when it starts with Scoob saying, "Reggie?" as he's gazing down a dark hallway. Someone emerges from this darkness and says, "Psst, oh, I can help you find your friend. Just follow me." Okay, I know we're making a lot of jokes here, okay? But I really have to say, I have to commend this artist or the creator of this series. Not only can he just draw absolute memes of panels, but he can just casually switch it up and draw nightmare-inducing pseudo-realistic portraits of our beloved mascots. And it is terrifying. Shag, who's on his own, wanders the dark halls of whatever nightmare they've stumbled into. A light flickers, revealing the familiar silhouette of a rather goofy dog man. Meanwhile, Scoob and Kerm follow Mick. Kerm questions whether they can trust him or not. Scoob hears a voice calling to him from an adjoining hallway, and spots a figure that looks like Shag. He calls to him, and the figure turns, and we see Shag, and he says, like, "Help me, man." Like, that's gore. That's gore of my comfort. Mick tells Scoob not to worry about it, and that this place makes people see things. Kerm asks if the guy that Scoob shot was fake as well. Mick stares at them for a while, then glances at Mario's bleeding body. And when he looks back, he says, "Yeah, Cutting back to Shag, we see that he ran into Goof. The two talk about how they're both looking for their friends and hope to help each other out. Goof hands Shag a square object, and it tells him they should help him figure out where he needs to go. Shag says, "Oh, okay," as he gazes down at a framed photo of Goku. Let's go, Sparking Zero reference right there. If you guys want to watch me play Sparking Zero, I'll stream it. Oh, by the way, this is the subtle foreshadowing. Both groups continue on. Mick tries to lead Scoob and Kerm down a bloody murder hallway. Shag and Goof come across a large door with a little willy on it. While they investigate, Goof coughs up blood into his hands as ominously as possible. We then cut back to Scoob, and Kerm says, "Boy, that hallway sure was scary." What's this now? Some kind of lab? Here they encounter Fred Flintstone's beta friend Barney. He tells them that they can't be in here, all while coughing similarly to Goof was. Mick asks Barney if it's okay as his coughing fit gets even more violent. Barney starts to writhe and transforms into a Resident Evil looking ass monster. Kerm asks if this is another illusion, to which Mick says, "We should run." A chase sequence ensues, which forces Scoob and the gang to burst through a wall that leads them outside. Mick says he doesn't think they can outrun him, and that they're gonna have to fight it off. Mick grabs Scoob. He tells him that he doesn't remember everything, but he has to feel the weight of everything counting on them. Focus. Listen to their voices. Hear them burning in your heart. A glowing energy forms in Scoob's eyes. What was this? Heads up, Mick yells as Barney attacks, as Scoob shoots a power beam at Barney. I also wasn't lying about the Goku photo being subtle foreshadowing, because you guessed it, this is a Shonen Jump anime, dog! But that is where I'm going to leave it for today. But if you guys wanted to see me cover part 2 of Scoob and Shag, let me know down in the comments below. And also, check out these videos right here. The top one is probably going to be my very first video ever. I just want this to be at 1K if you guys want to help me out with that. This one is probably the one that YouTube thinks that YouTube thinks are probably going to like the most. And make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out on any more Scoob and Shag goodness. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you tell your family that you love them. Bye-bye now.